Hello, I'm Dave Morgan. There are a number of matters that we'll be discussing at our tutorial on Saturday, but I appreciate that you might not be able to make the tutorial, or you just want a permanent record of some of the key points that we've made. So this brief video is going to talk about the W200 course. Key thing to remember is that the skill of a lawyer isn't knowing what the law is. In fact, nobody can know all the law. There's so much of it that it would be physically impossible to keep it all up here. The other thing is the law is constantly changing, and the law in force today is going to be very different from the law in force by the time you graduate, and 10 years down the line, again, changes will be even greater. So the skill of a lawyer is knowing where to go to look for the law. And what I'll try and do in this video is talk about some of the free resources that are available to you as an OU student, but also when you've graduated. So let's have a look at the W200 course. It's in three particular parts. The first part of it is what, if you went into a bookshop, you'd see described as English legal system. It describes what the law is and how the English system works, so juries and magistrates and the court structure. There's a very useful website called the Supreme Court. It was set up by the Supreme Court last year. It's got lots of history, it's got lots of background about how the court system works, but it will also give you immediate access to decisions as they're made. Usually you'll find that you'll get a Supreme Court decision on that website within an hour or so of it being delivered. And on the issue of law reports are the basic tool for lawyers. Try and get used to reading them. Some judges, very easy to read, Denning as an example. Other judges, I'm afraid, can go on at great length, and you can, and I still do, struggle to make sense of what they're saying. One thing you'll find, the more law reports you read, the easier it becomes. The court service also has access to law reports and details of the lower courts. The second part of the course is a taster for some of those subjects that you're going to be looking at in more detail in later courses. So there'll be a taster for constitutional law, for human rights, for contract and tort. Now this is an excellent year to be studying some constitutional law, because we know that there's going to be a general election this year, and with that election going on, there'll be lots of educational materials put out by the newspapers and the broadcasters explaining what Parliament is and how it works, how the executive relates to Parliament. But also, constitutional issues themselves are going to be at the heart of the election campaign. So there'll be debates about the future of the House of Lords, the size of the House of Commons, the electoral systems. So the general election is a free gift to you to further your understanding of the constitutional aspects. Now there's one website that you will find very useful. It's called the Parliament website. Again, I will send details of all these sites to you by email later today or tomorrow. Spend some time exploring the Parliament website. There's lots of educational material explaining in detail, but actually very well written stuff, about how Parliament works, and you have access free to material that's produced. So bills that are currently before Parliament, the amendments that are being discussed, the debates in Parliament, reports of select committees, which if you were to buy would cost you hundreds of pounds, you can download for free as PDF files. The final part of the course is European Union law. Again, there is a website you'll find worth your while exploring. It's called Europa. It brings together the institutions of the European Union, so you can go explore the Commission and the Council and the European Parliament. You can see the documents that they're working with, but again, they've put up on that site lots of information about how they work and as you'll see when we look at internet resources later on in the course, you can access some of those key decisions that we're going to be looking at in detail. Well, I hope this hasn't been too much for you. Look forward, if you can, to seeing you at the tutorial. Thank you.